Welcome to CountyLine, the public access TV program that features news and information about Allen County government. I'm Mike Green, Public Information Director in the Allen County Commissioner's Office. And for this edition of CountyLine, we're at the Youth Services Center of Allen County out on Lima Road. This is a 24-hour emergency shelter care facility for juveniles aged 6 through 18 who've been abused, neglected, or are runaways. This operation could be seeing some changes soon because of changes in the way the state funds juvenile services in Indiana. For that reason, we thought we'd bring you here, tell you a little bit about how Youth Services Center works and what those changes could entail. And joining us now is Chris Dunn, who's the Executive Director of Youth Services Center in Allen County. Chris, tell us a little about the history of Youth Services Center and what the objective of the program is.
The Youth Service Center was formerly known as the Allen County Children's Home. The history is a long history, one dating back as early as the 1930s. It housed children ages infancy all the way up to 18. The current program, we actually have three separate programs here on grounds. We have the emergency shelter care here in this main building, which was built in 1978. And then we have two group homes out front here on our property. The shelter care, again, is short-term. The kids are court-ordered here while the courts decide what's in the children's best interest. Majority of those children are sent home. The group homes are long-term facilities where the kids are ordered by the courts when they're not able to go back home. And again, those are a little bit longer term. Our goal would be to see them stay for 12 to 14 months. However, a lot of times when the kids start making some positive progress, they're released back to family after only 6 months.
Let's talk a little bit about the two homes that you have here. You have the Kreider House and also Yoder House. What kind of operations involved there?
Again, those are the group homes. They're labeled group homes. They're set up similar to an independent living type program. The kids are learning to take care of themselves. They're all required to be in some type of educational program, whether it's high school, GED, or college or a trade. If they've already graduated from high school and they're still staying in the homes, we're going to require them to go on to the next level. The kids are also all holding down part-time jobs, and they're required to save 50% of all the money they earn. That money would go with them when they move on from the program. We try to set them up in their own apartments. There are several programs out there that would help them move into their own apartments and would continue working with them to make sure they're successful.
About how many, well, I guess we'll put it this way, your census, or how many children, young people do you have on average here?
In the group homes, they're licensed for 10 children each. There are always kids coming and going. And then the shelter care is licensed for 36 total kids.
On average, are you at capacity most of the time, or?
Excuse me. Last year we averaged 33 kids every day. That's just a statistical number. Currently our numbers are down a little bit. This year has been a little slower. So all three programs are experiencing lower numbers.
Any reason for that you can think of?
A lot of them would be speculation at this time. There have been some major changes in the way the state is handling a lot of issues regarding youth and care.
And let's talk about that for just a moment, because the change in the funding structure could have an impact on how you operate facilities here. Explain a little bit about that change.
I agree with you. I do think it is having an impact. In the past, there were 92 counties, and they were doing their own thing. Under the property tax relief of 2008, that has been shifted from 92 different counties to one single payer, the state. The state is therefore in charge making those decisions, and they are trying to maximize federal dollars that are made available to the states to provide care for at-risk kids. And this is through a couple different programs, but the main one that is going to be affecting us is going to be Title 4E. Title 4E requires that any agency providing residential services to youth that are publicly owned cannot have a capacity of more than 25 children. Again, here on our grounds, we have 3 programs, and our capacity for all 3 total is 56. Therefore, we are considering all options in how to resolve our problem so that we may be able to get Title IV funds also.
And one of those options that you're considering is perhaps turning to the private sector to operate the 2 group homes.
That's correct. The best option we see available is going to be to have our 2 group homes taken over by a private organization, hopefully one that already has a long history of working with youth and knows the best practices available. The shelter will stay open as a publicly operated facility under the Allen County Board of Commissioners, and we will drop our license capacity to 25 kids to meet state guidelines.
Despite the changes that may be taking place, what would you say is the most important thing about Youth Services Center to this community? What kind of impact it's having?
Well, we have a long history of serving the youth in this community. I think we have a very positive history, a lot of good success stories coming out of here. We have a lot of support, and we really do care about the kids, and we're trying to do the right thing.
Chris, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate learning more about Youth Services Center, and we'll keep our eye on what changes may be coming up and let folks know about that as well. Thanks again.
Okay, thank you.